computer. Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year. First trading of 2024. So I hope you guys did some good goal setting, some thinking about what we're going to do for our sales and everything for 2024. Hopefully it's going to be a much better year for all of us. We're trying to do some production teams. I don't know if you guys have seen any of the pages that have gone out or any of the emails I've been sending out, but we're trying to boost some productivity. So 2024 is a more successful year. So I kind of just thought I'd take groups along and have them do the same activities I'm doing for my marketing. Like I say, there's no secrets to what I do. I always am happy to share, right? So just sort of what I decided is that we'll take everybody along with us who's interested. And as long as you mirror what I'm doing, hopefully you'll be getting some listings and some more sales and stuff like that. So the first thing we started off with doing is that we're going to be setting out a New Year flyer. Honey, just a little intro to our farm area. I want you to pick your farm area. I don't know what this is coming up on my screen. Yeah, so that we can start hammering and marketing that area because we want you to become the person in that farm area. So if you're at all interested and you haven't been getting my email about the productivity, because I reached out before the new year and I know about 20 people said, yeah, definitely include me. If you haven't been included in that, let me know and I'll put you in the group and we'll start sharing those ideas and hopefully start pulling in some listings and some sales for 2024 together. So just wanted to mention that. Our gala's on Friday. Don't forget about our gala on Friday. And yeah, so we'll get started now real quick because I wanted just to cover some things. I'm sure all of you noticed this morning if you've logged in already. So yesterday I was thinking, what am I going to do for the first training of 2024? Normally I like to start off with, again, how to make our first quarter successful, right? But I'm thinking, come February now, Realm is going to be our only source to search our properties. So if you haven't familiarized yourself with it, you definitely want to log on and look at it and get yourself familiar with searching for properties, setting up your prospects, doing all that stuff, because it is going to be phased out now. Okay. And right enough, when I made that decision yesterday to do the training for this morning on Realm, you log in this morning and it's giving you the prompt already now. I don't know if you guys have logged in and you have to click on the Realm button. So definitely, if you haven't already gone in, go and play around with it. So I was just going to go over the basics again today on sort of an intro to Realm if you haven't gone in and how you're going to set it up and how you're going to do your searches a little bit. So we'll just share the page now. We'll go over to, why is it not bringing up advanced? Lots of nice problems this morning. Basic. Where is I don't want Spotify whiteboard. I had opened up my Stratus there and logged in. Oh, because I restarted, right? 1 second. Let me just log in again because I forgot I restarted. So I don't know if you guys saw my message yesterday about the login. It's not going to be our Clarity app anymore. They're changing it. I think it's going to be like, when you log into your bank sometimes and ask you for the authenticator code and it shoots off a code to your text. It's going to be like that. So you have to make sure you go and you log in and you make sure your profile is correct and you have the correct email in your Stratus there. Actually, while we're on the front page, I can show you that real quick. So the email I was sending yesterday. Sorry? So I can make sure you have the correct email there. Let me just share my screen with you now. Okay. So now that I'm all logged in, I can go here. So when you log into Treb, I don't know how it switched to this other, you go to your dashboard. And right now what we're doing is we're putting in our, lots of people joining this morning. We're putting in our Treb number and then we're putting in our PIN code. And then we have to go and check our Clarity app. So what it's going to do now is it's going to be more like, sometimes when you log into your bank accounts and stuff, it'll shoot you off an authenticator password to your phone number. So really important because you don't want to be stuck the day that it switches you over because they're just sort of phasing everyone in waves. So it's not a set date that it's going to happen. So one time you might come and log in the next month or so, and it's going to be a different screen to log in. So what you want to make sure is that your phone number is correct. So you just come into the dashboard and you go to manage my profile at the top. You're going to put in your tribe number. And this password here is funny because it's usually your first initial of your name and then your of your first name, and then it's your last name. If it's not that, then you might want to call Treb and figure out what your login is. But the next page it brings you to is this profile page. So you're going to go and you click on profile. And at the top right here, you can click on edit. And then you can scroll down and just make sure that all your information is correct in general. You might not have updated it in a while. Maybe you changed an email address. Maybe you changed offices. Maybe your cell phone number changed. But the most important one is you want to make sure that your cell phone number is correct, because that's the number it's going to be used to text you your new authenticator password. Okay. Because the next thing they're going to do, they're doing lots of changes right now. The next thing they're going to do is they're going to phase out the Clarity app and we're not going to be using it anymore. Okay. So now we're going to go on to our search. So right now, Realm still lives over here on the dashboard, and we still have the option to go into Stratus and click on search. That's going to disappear. So I'm not sure how it's going to look in the coming month when they do the full switch over to Realm. But right now, when you go to the dashboard, you're just going to click on Realm, and it's beside search properties. Okay, so now in Realm, I always say whenever you log into a new program or anything, you're going to make sure that your profile is updated and correct. And it's especially important in Realm because it's very interactive with our client. We're going to be doing a lot of talking back and forth with our client. And it's more hands-on for them to go and click and like listings and chat with you about it. Better than Stratus has ever been. So like I keep on saying, anybody who was familiar with Collaborate, Realm basically took over Collaborate. Okay, so you're going to go up here and you make sure your profile is correct. Just move this Zoom stuff out of the way, right? So you can click on edit profile. And you just want to make sure all your information is correct in there. So here's your basic contact information, your email, the address of the brokerage. Mine has my birthday in there. I threw my Facebook and my Instagram in there. If you have other things, I think it lets you do like Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest. You can put all that into your profile as well. Okay. The personalization here is for when you're sending messages back and forth to your clients. So I'm going to show you guys how to invite our clients to join Realm with us to be more interactive. So you can change what those messages say when you send off those automatic invites to your clients. You can personalize them here. So very similar to when you're sending an email in the search in Stratus right now, you can change that email. You could change it here as well. You can change the default that pops up. And I'll show you where this shows up when we go to send it to our client. Okay. And then you can figure out what time zone you're in for the account and what your default page is. So this was important to me because part of me getting used to Realm was that like the setup of it was really awkward for me. So one of the first things I'll show you is when you go into Realm, you can change how it displays to you, which really helped me get used to it. And everybody's going to have a different preference. So the default when you open your Realm is going to be, I think it's this one, the consumer layout. So this was really awkward to me. It's not how I was used to using Stratus. I was getting really frustrated with this layout until I got more familiar and I realized you could change it. Okay, so I changed my layout, my default layout. So this is the consumer one, the default when you first log into your Realm. That's how it's going to look. You can change this and it can be map and card. So it can be this display. And it's just the interface of how you're using it. It's not changing any kind of one way is better than the other. It's not that. It's just how you're going to get used to using Realm. You can use the map and table, which I started using for a while because I thought, oh, I really like this. Yeah, okay, this is more list-like Stratus displays and lists. This is more list-like. I liked it a little bit better. I have really been sticking to table though, because just for me, it looks more like Stratus, right? And I'm just more familiar with it. So when you're in your settings in Realm, you can default and you can say what you want it to open up to, right? When you open up your default search view, okay? And that's what you can set here. Okay, and then you can do market areas that you cover. So you can go in and you can say, I cover the GTA, York, Kawartha Lakes, Peel, different things for your profile. And your notifications. So all of these things you can find out in Realm. You can see when your client likes a listing that you sent them. They can hit that little heart button. You'll get a notification to your phone. You can see if they share the listing. So if you send it to your client and she sends it to her husband, you can see that she's shared the listing. You can see that she's, messaged you back, hey, I'd like to see it. Whether she subscribed to Realm, whether she unsubscribed. Maybe you're sending her lots of things every day and she says, oh, this is too much, and she unsubscribes, right? So everything that goes on, you can choose how often you want to be notified on it. So if you want to know your client shared it and you want to know it in real time, okay, which is a great feature of Realm. We don't have this capability in Stratus to know things in real time. So I want to know that my client shared in real time. I'm going to change the setting to that. So you can go over all of these different things, whether they unshared, whether they updated. I have most of mine on daily because I don't want to get bombarded 50 times a day in real time unless I'm really actively looking for something for a client. So most of these are set up for daily, okay? Whether the search is due to expire, whether my client signed in, whether they signed out, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So that's basically all you have for your profile setup now. Now that you've made sure your profile is set up, you want to go in and you want to really start setting up clients so you can be starting sending them properties and be interactive with them. So the way you do that is you go over to contacts. Okay. And I keep on putting all my searches in and having John Smith, Jane Smith, I keep on deleting it all before training. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to go add new clients. Okay. And we're going to put Mr. John Smith in. Okay. And I'm going to say that his phone number is my number. And his email is my email. Okay. Now, when you go to the bottom, it says save or save an invite. So when you click on save an invite, what it's going to do is it's going to send them off that default message. So when I was showing you in the customization of your profile, if you can change the messages that are sent, one of them is the invite function. So you can go and you can change it to be something that's more personal to you, saying, hi, it's Christine from Remax Ace. I'd love you to join Realm. It's an interactive program. Please sign up. Right? And basically what they're going to do is they're going to get a link to sign up for their own profile in Realm. So you're going to click on save and invite. And see, this is the default message that comes up. You can change it so you don't have to change it every single time you're writing to your client. You can change it in your profile there. Or if you want to leave the default and change it as necessary, so maybe you have, friends and family who you might be more personally speaking with than professionally, then you can change it in the body of the email here. Okay. And then you're going to click send. So on the other end, what your client is going to get is an invite to join Realm. So it's a good idea to play around with it and send it to yourself to see what your client's getting on their end so you can walk them through it. Because a lot of times your clients will call you and go, I don't know what I'm doing with this, right? So we'll take a look at that. We'll let that give it a minute or two to send to my email and we'll take a look at that side. So now what are we going to do with our client? We're going to set up a search for our client. So the search function is here in Realm. Okay. And one of my biggest mistakes is I keep on forgetting to hit clear in Realm. So now it's just become habit because my frustration with Realm at first was that it always has your last search in there when you go. So make sure you get into the habit of hitting that clear button before you start your search. Okay. And now I'm just going to click on Toronto and I'm just going to click on somewhere around the brokerage, which is EO4. We're going to see what it brings up. Okay. And now I was very confused when I first started using this. I'm like, why is it that when I do this search for Toronto EO4, I have listings for Kipling coming up? Why is Kipling coming up? Sorry, I'm just going to change the view here a little bit to table. Okay. So I'm wondering why I got listings coming up for Kipling, I don't know why it's so sticky today and slow. Kipling coming up, and I'm thinking, what am I doing wrong? I cleared the search. I searched Toronto. I searched EO4. What is going on? And I was getting super frustrated with Realm, and I realized that they have this button here, match on all area, municipality, and community values. I don't know why we wouldn't want that to happen. Like why this button exists, I have no idea. But you really want to make sure that that's clicked at all times, or it's not going to do specifically what you're looking for in your search, right? So now I'm filtered out to only having things in EO4 that are freehold for sale. That's what I've got set up right now. And I'm looking for available. And I want to put in maybe the list price. Maybe they have a max budget of 1.2 million, right? And then you can say how many bedrooms you want, 1, 2, 3. Now the silly thing with Realm, which is like really kind of, you have to wrap your head around, is when you're searching in Stratus right now, if you put 1 bedroom, it's going to look for anything 1 bedroom and above. Okay. But Realm is very specific. If I only click 3 bedroom, it's only going to look up 3 bedrooms for me. So it's, you kind of have to work with it and click on everything. So I don't mind if it's 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, or 3 bedroom, right? Or maybe my client only wants 3 or 4 bedroom. You have to be really specific with Realm what you want. You have to click on all the fields that you're interested in. Okay. And then, of course, you can always add a field at the bottom. It doesn't have as many fields as Stratus did that are readily available on the first search page, but you can go and add any field that you want. So if you want to look here and you want to, you know, maybe check it by, maybe you want to make sure CAC is included. I don't know, right? So you're going to take that and you're going to put yes, and then bring up your search that way. It killed my search anyways. That's more of a rental thing, but so you can add all the different fields. If you are looking in Realm and you're going, hey, it used to have this field before and I can't find it, you're more than likely going to find it in this add field. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to match up my search with my client. So I don't know if you guys were putting your prospect searches up before, but I generally have like 75 up to 100 going on at any given time of prospect searches, because anybody that mentions anything to you, you should be putting them in your prospect search, because never are you going to get up every morning and search for all your different clients' needs, right? You want the system to be working in the background for you. So I'm going to make sure I set up this client search and I'm going to assign it to somebody. So let me clear my search again. And I'm going to say that Mr. John Smith is looking in Durham and he only wants Ajax. Sorry, the system's slow today. Pickering, right? And I want to make sure that I'm matching on all the area and criteria that I put up there. He wants a freehold for sale. Okay. And his budget is going to be 1.2. Okay. Whoops. Sorry, it's really sticky today and slow. And he only wants 3 bedroom. He definitely wants a 3 bedroom. Okay, so now I'm going to take the search, and up here on the top right corner, it says searches. What you're going to do is you're going to come here and you're going to click on save search. Now, when you come to save search, it's going to say, who do you want to save the search for? So I want to save this for John Smith. Okay. And John Smith is looking in Pickering, but he's also looking in Scarborough. He knows that he can't afford much. He wants a detached house in Durham, but maybe he wants a condo in Scarborough. Either one I can find him. So I might name this freehold Durham John. I don't know, whatever you want to name it. Okay. And the notifications for me, I can say whether I want it to come through the app. So I was also going to show you guys there's an app to download on your phone. Really great to use because this is super interactive with your client. So almost like a mini WhatsApp, you know, you're going to go back and forth and chat with your client on Realm. Or I want to get notified through my email. Okay. Now, when I click on email, it brings up daily or real time. I'm telling you, fantastic feature, because imagine when we were setting up our prospects before in Stratus. Okay. if you had a client aggressively looking for something that was really popular in a tough market, you would often miss out on stuff because that email goes out maybe what, in the middle of the night, 3, 4 in the morning or something every day. So you'd set up your prospect in Stratus, and whatever you'd set up, it would email to the client sort of in the middle of the night, all the listings that came in that day. Okay. So if somebody woke up the next morning, an agent woke up the next morning and they loaded a listing at 8 that morning, your client's not going to get it till 3 in the morning that night. Then they're going to bug you the next day to see it. And by the time you go to book the showing, it already sold yesterday. And you're going, what? How did I miss it? It just got loaded, right? Well, because you're not getting it in real time, you're only getting it daily. So you're missing almost a 24-hour gap there if you miss that mark where they're loading the listing and your client's getting a look at it. So if you click on real time now, it's going to bump it out to your client. Every time a listing gets loaded, it's going to shoot them an email or a notification, however you have them set up on that listing. So you're not going to miss out on it. So I think it's an excellent feature. We've never had that feature before. Even Collaborate didn't have a real-time feature on it, even though it was so interactive. So fantastic feature for Realm to have, right? So again, you're going to say notifications for my client. So if they've signed up on the invite, you can notify them on the app as well. You can tell them to download it to their phone, or you can say an email. And again, you can choose whether you want it to be in real time or daily, right? And then you can go and you can save that search. Okay, so now I'm going to go into contacts and I'm going to click on John Smith. And if I go to John Smith, it brings me up his whole profile. So I can see that I can re-invite him or disinvite him. What's that? Excuse me. That's okay. Re-invite him or disinvite him to Realm. And then if I click here on his searches, you see that Freehold Durham John shows up that I just set up for him. Okay. And again, subsequently, if I set up other searches in Scarborough and everything, it's going to show up on there under John Smith's searches. Okay. Do you guys have any questions so far? Have you guys tried setting up your searches at all?
We set up the, like when we receive the status, right, email from myself to the client.
Yeah.
You give my picture, contact details, right? Where we add the picture?
Over here in your profile. So that's why I say when you first go in.
Really, it comes in the picture then?
Yeah, you got to go to the top right here and make sure your profile set up.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
I'm talking about the signature setting. So when status, when you send the email.
That is better with your email.
No. That's you're talking about Gmail. That's Gmail thing.
What I'm saying is
if from Realm.
Yeah.
Well, let's check and see. You know what? Let's open my email up because I should have that invite for John Smith that I just sent.
Yeah.
It's in your phone first.
Probably in my phone first. Let me open up my phone real quick. For some reason, it always comes to my phone. Hello, how are you? Okay, sorry, I'm just gonna forward this. For some reason, it comes to my phone first. So I told you we go back and we check out the invite that we get from Realm to our client. So you see when I said send and save an invite, when I created the contact, it's sending it to me in a minute, hopefully. Let's bring it up on my email. It's in my phone, so I had to forward it to myself again. So hopefully it'll come to my laptop quickly. There we go. So your client's going to get an email like this, and it's going to look like Christine Boland has invited you to Realm. So you're right, it puts the contact information down there, but it doesn't put your picture. I don't necessarily know if that's for a listing though. So we'll test it on a listing. But while I'm in here, I'll show you that this is what your clients get on the client end. So it's going to say you are invited. John Smith, you're invited. There's that sort of preset email that they have for you. And then your client can click complete registration and sign in. So here you go. They're going to pick a username, a password, just like you would for any other program, you know, to log in. And then they're going to have that capability to log into Realm on their end. So you're going to explain to your clients that like it's a really good program. Please set up a profile because it can be super interactive for their home search. It's going to be a really good tool for them to use. So let's go back to the email here real quick. Now, Sri was asking here in the office, sorry, I don't know if you guys heard, if we send, does our picture show up? You know how we have in our prospect search, we set up our business cards in there. So let's test it and see. Okay. So I'm going to try and email this. Yeah, that's the best way to do it, right? Is you just send it to yourself and see what it looks like when your client's getting it, right?
And the email.
Okay.
It says please find it as listing there as requested, tax free, that's all it's showing.
You did one, you sent it to yourself and it's not showing up?
If you send, when you go to the realm and see that, you can see what the signature might look like.
Mhm. So you know what? That's not something impossible. We could always write into them. So Realm is so new that even since last year, now that I've been doing some training on it, they've changed a bunch of things, right? I know that every time I go in, I'm like, oh, they had I'll show you one of the buttons. I think it's saved searches. They moved it. It was at the top right of the screen in the corner, and now it's sort of on the left-hand column. It's constantly changing because they're sort of taking our feedback, I guess, and because it's a new program, we're used to having things display a certain way or come a certain way. And as you know, the realtors are complaining, I guess or suggesting, I should say, not complaining. They are editing. They are editing things. So it's possible that we could get them to do that. We could say, hey, our picture showed up before when we sent prospect searches and emails. Okay, so I just sent a listing to myself, but you beat me to it. You said it's not showing up, Base3.
No, I think in the status, you have to go to the settings and you can edit or you can add a picture and use to add.
Yeah, you can. You can add your whole
That's
business
what I'm
card.
also looking here.
You could add your old business card, but that was in like the settings.
Yeah.
So you would think that if the profile is set up, that the picture would come up as well, but it's not coming up.
No.
Yeah, see, it just says Christine Hazelbull and real estate
You
broker.
just say the name, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You should get the contact details. Did you get the contact details as well?
Yeah, you got your contact details, right? Maybe. But did you set up your profile in Realm though? And your contact details aren't showing up? Huh. I wonder why.
You mean the profile, right? Edit profile.
In Realm.
Yeah.
And you clicked on all the different things and made sure you're.
Yeah. So you say,
Is that someone sending you something from Realm?
he got it.
From Realm?
Is it from here?
No, not Ram.
No, it's Stratus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we set up your Stratus with your business card and everything, right?
Oh.
So anyways, what we're discussing right now, I don't know if you guys know, I'm just gonna go click back on Stratus. I'm not sure how many of you have set up your profile in Stratus, but I'll just pick
So
out,
I found it, okay?
Oh.
Go to the personalization
yeah,
in Real.
okay.
If you come down.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, we're troubleshooting here together, right?
It's okay, it's quick one.
Yeah,
So I was exploring myself, right?
Okay.
Edit profile.
add a profile, yeah,
Personalization.
yeah,
After the client invitation, come down. So you see this one, send listings, come down.
yeah.
So you can add whatever you want to add here, like heading, whatever you want to add a picture.
Where can you add a picture here though?
Like at least you can add a preset to default, let me see.
No, reset to default, clear, save. I don't think you can add a picture
No,
here.
there's a signature column down.
At the very bottom.
Yeah, signature is there.
But where can you add a picture? I know I was looking through this all to make sure that I had my profile set up, and I was thinking it was funny in these sections that you didn't have a way to add your picture, right? Like I know I was right clicking in here and seeing if I could insert a picture. Anyways, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I don't want to kill too much time training on it, but we'll figure out a way. So the big thing is that we wanted it to look similar to this. I was going to show you guys real quick. If you had gone into your search on a regular Stratus, a lot of you, sorry?
I have a quick question.
Yeah,
I send one of the listing to myself and then to my email.
right?
It's coming with the listing agent's contact information. How do I send the without listing agent's contact information?
So as per Treb, we're not allowed to not have the listing agent's contact information. So I don't know if you saw my training on KV Core.
We have a two option, right? Used to be we have a client and then agents option, client view and then agents view also. But right now it's like one. Used to be you can send them with a client only client information, which is no seller name, no brokerage. I mean, they can see the brokerage, but they can't see the seller name and then agent's name also, but this one is showing everything. So right away when you open the email, right away the contact details, they are the other agents.
So I
information.
just sent it to myself here and it says listing contract. You see my screen? Listing contracted with Century 21 Percy Fulton. That's what it was saying before to me. Are you sure you're not sending a broker copy? Because I just sent a basic listing to myself just now, and you see this is how it displays. It's my information at the top, but
That's
it's
what
the
I'm
listing
asking.
brokerage at the bottom. Just
How
like
do I get the how do I default the broker copy? How do I do it?
okay, so you're gonna go back here to
Your screen is no, it's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna close a couple screens here. Okay, so let's pretend we're sending this. We're
Yeah.
gonna go here. We're gonna go email.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so selected listing. I want the selected listing, small photo with 3 lines. I'm just trying to see where you may have differed on yours. Because yours is coming with all the listing agent contact information as well,
Yes.
what you're saying. Select listing. See yourself. I wonder what setting you have different. I'll have to look at it and see where you changed it or how yours is coming different. Because you see, mine didn't come that way. Mine came with just the listing agent information. Like not the listing agent, sorry, the listing brokerage information.
Just click email. Just click email, please.
Sorry, where do you want me to go? Go to email?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just click it.
See, there's a different formats you could send here, but that's not saying whether it's like.
There's no option.
No, Selva's talking about something else now. He's talking about when he's sending it, all the listing agents information is coming up, but mine isn't doing that. See, so when I sent one to myself, right? It's my information here and just the listing brokerage at the bottom. But he says full listing agent contact information is coming up.
That's the listing agent.
Sorry? Yeah, listing contracted with Century 21 Percy Fulton. I don't know if you guys know, but it's TREB bylaw, like they have to have the listing brokerage on there no matter what, right? It's just how it displays. So I don't know. You'll have to leave that with me. Let me see where it is you change that, right?
It's showing the contact details of the listing agent.
Where?
Yeah, on the right side. When I sent, okay, for
No, see, mine it is, and mine's showing mine at the top.
The one thing it's showing up. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
yours is showing the
the
listing brokerage on the top, right?
yes.
Not the listing brokerage, but it's showing the contact details of the listing agent. Maybe we have to change like only client details or broker details.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Where's that button now in Realm though, is what we're trying to figure out. Okay, I'll figure out the answer to that question where you change it from broker to client. Because it hadn't occurred to me because it's not happening to me, as you guys can see. It's my information and the listing brokerage at the bottom. So we'll have to figure out how to change that. I'll shoot you a message after the training once I figure that out. Okay, so going back here, I was going to say going back to what Sri was saying, when we were sending information to clients, when we were sending listings, our picture was coming up here. So that's what he was asking. Why isn't our picture coming up? Because here when I go click on send, see, it's displaying my business card and everything. So I had set most of you guys up like that, but I don't know. We'll have to figure out how to fix that. Just touching on that. So those two things we'll figure out after this session. I just wanted to show you guys a few more quick things because I just wanted a basic intro so you guys can go in and you can play around with Realm. So we've gone over how to add your contact. We've gone over how to make it interactive. Now, I don't know if you guys have clicked on anything. Here, let me just clear the search here and do another quick search. Where do we find our information? So the information is displayed a little bit different, but they have basically everything that we were using before. So I'll just do Durham. I won't do too much criteria here. We'll just pick any listing. It doesn't really matter. So we'll pick this one on Rosslyn. Okay. And you can see the information is displayed a little differently here. When you first look at the listing, it's more like what you guys were saying was happening in the email. It does show the listing agent's information, but we want that up there because we're trying to figure out who to contact for this listing. The details are up here for the listing, the quick view, 3+2 bedrooms, 2 baths. But instead of all the information being on top of the listing, like the schedules, the online appointments, the way to get to our Sky Slope forms and everything, all of that is available underneath the picture now, which I think is fine because we more want to get to the guts of the listing and look and see what the information is before we want to book appointments at all. So it's, if you guys are looking for it, it's all down here, all of that stuff. So see online appointments, web forms, which is going to go out soon though, our Geo Warehouse, you know, our Sky Slope forms, the property line store, all of that stuff. And then we have the description and everything below. This is great though, because aside from giving us the basic listing information, it does go a little bit further, and instead of having to look up in Geo Warehouse the property history and everything, it automatically gives it to us. So before we'd have to click in and we'd have to look and see what the property history was, it automatically gives it to us at the bottom of the listing. Did you discover something?
Yeah, say, so you have to go to the listing. Go to the listing.
The actual listing?
Yeah. So Shelva's answer, question answer found actually. Go to the top, the setting box, setting button.
This one, the right?
Next one,
Yeah.
setting, right? That's setting. Yeah, you see there?
There you go. So Salva, if you're listening there, Sri was like doing a little research while we were doing it. So before you send this to email,
Okay.
right from the listing in the settings box here, you can change it from broker full to client full. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. Really
No
appreciate it.
problem, no problem. And then you can send it then from there.
Explore, that's all, nothing else.
Yeah, it's just a little, everything is there. So nobody panic. I've had so many people call me and go, oh, I can't find this, or I don't know how to do this. And I'm like, everything is there in Realm. It just, you got to find out where the button is. You know what I mean? Or you got to get used to where the button is. So that's why I'm just showing you guys how the listing displays a little differently now. So you can go and you can find all that stuff there. But like I said, at the bottom here, quick, if you look, it brings you up the property history without you having to go into Geo Warehouse and say, oh, this is how many times it's sold before or how it was listed before. You don't have to do the available, unavailable search to see how many times it's been listed or if the price has changed, and all of that stuff. For the land registry, the legal information, everything is there. Okay, there's so much I want to cover in Realm and we always run out of time. Let's go here. Okay. So you have that. What time is it now? 11:21. Trying to figure out what I would like to get into next. Okay, so speaking of everything being there, normally when we log into our Stratus, we're used to seeing everything on the left-hand column. The left-hand gray column has all our Geo Warehouse, property line links, our Tribe Interactive map, all of that stuff. We can find that stuff here now on the waffle. So instead of it being in the long gray bar in a list form, it's in the waffle here in the top right. So you see we have everything we had before. So if you click on listing inventory, that's the same as my listings, you know, right now on your left-hand side, it'll show you all your listings, whether they're active or not. Then you can go down here. One of my favorite new things is this sold statistics. It's such a great thing because I have some of those analytic clients that say, oh, you know, tell me year over year what it looks like for listings in, say, E09. So you can sit there and you can go, okay, so, you know, last year, August 2022, E09, the average was 867, right? Whereas August 2023, the average was 868. So it really hasn't changed much, right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful button. It saves you so much research because how many of us have gone back and forth and had to do unavailable searches for this year versus unavailable searches for this year and figure out an average on your own? These sold statistics are right at our fingertips to give our clients like right away. So super, super awesome new feature in Realm is the sold statistics. Definitely use it, guys, to help your clients, especially now when we're in such a market where what's the most popular question right now from our clients? Should I buy a house? Because they feel, oh, the market's terrible. They hear all the terrible stuff on the news. And you can say to them, look, like the prices are pretty good. You know, they've been steady for a year now. You know, and whatever area they're looking in, you can look up specifically what the averages and what the sales look like, right? So definitely a good button for you to use for them. But we have all our stuff here. We're doing listing ad edit. So ad edit Realm came a lot longer before Realm is coming now for the search. So if you guys are loaded any listings in the last year, year and a half, since that's been the mandatory one, it's a great, I love the way we edit our listings now. It's such a good feature. I'll go over that again in the next week or two. But everything's here. You got your Geo Warehouse, if you're looking for your Geo Warehouse, anything that you can think of that was in that left column. Our Treb interactive maps, our Sky Slope forms, which also I'm going to go over again too in the next coming weeks. All of that stuff. So check it out. Like I say, the best way is just do a couple searches, even if you don't really have a client you're working with right now, for yourself. Send some stuff to yourself, see how it looks like on the client's end, play around with all of this stuff in the waffle, and check out any of the new features, but all the old features and where they are. Familiarize yourself with looking at the listing and seeing where things show up on the listing. Because it lessens the frustration when you actually have to do something now. If your client calls you last minute and you're like, oh, I hate this new realm and I don't know where to find any of the information, right? Because very, very soon you're going to have no option but to use Realm. So just get in there, figure out, familiarize yourself where all the information is. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? So Salva, just touching on what you were saying about that listing information coming up. I don't know if you watched my training I did on KV Core, I want to say 2 months ago. I want to redo it because I think it's such a really, really good feature that we have in our KV Core now. I don't know if you guys have explored the option of, aside from Realm being a nice, good new tool for our clients to use, KV Core has a really good tool for us to use, where you send your clients listings from there, or you send them a link to your website and they search listings on your website. And the beautiful thing is that instead of them searching on realtor.ca, so where does everybody start their search? They start to search on realtor.ca. So if you're, very often you tell your client, well, if it's on realtor.ca, go on, I can show it for you. It's on my system, I can book it. I want to stop directing them there. We got to direct them to our KV Core website, because anytime they click on anything in the KV Core website, it defaults to you. So there's no way they can get lost in the web of like the internet and getting in contact with another listing agent, right? On realtor.ca, it's very easy for them to click and call, realtor John Smith, because his information's right there and they kind of forget about you. So check it out if you haven't checked it out, Salva, because that's very poignant point about the other information coming up. And I don't know how KV Core kind of skirted around it and doesn't really have the listing contact information there. But they were able to do it through our websites that they provided us. So safest way for your client not to get derailed and contact another agent. But at least you found that button. Thank you very much. Like I say, everything's available in there that was in Stratus or Matrix before. You just got to find out where the button is in Realm and get used to it. So do you guys have any questions? A lot of questions. Ask them. This is I think this is the third time I'm doing Realm.
I think some of them using Real, like she's using Real from
Yeah.
listing, so it's easy for them.
And a lot of people who were using Collaborate, they automatically got ported over. So all of your contacts and stuff that were in Collaborate automatically ported over. If you're using Stratus, that didn't happen. So I mean, were you using Collaborate before?
No.
But your contacts got automatically ported in? How? You must have had them loaded in Collaborate and not know about it, because the only ones that got automatically done is from Collaborate. If you weren't using Collaborate, you were using Stratus or Matrix, you have to manually import your contacts. Yeah. So, but I know that like old conversations I was having in Collaborate are there from like years and years and years ago. So they ported everything over from Collaborate. Even old documents I had uploaded in the document section are in there. So anyways, if you guys need any help, if you guys want to import your contacts, if you weren't using Collaborate before, just let me know. We can pull them into your Realm. And then you guys will have all your contacts there ready to go, and you don't have to manually enter them all. So let me know. Hopefully I get to see all your faces, not these Zoom names, but all your actual faces on Friday. Very exciting. Our gala is on Friday, so I'll see you guys sharp 5:45. Nobody be late, because we have to start. We want to start and finish the awards, so we have lots of time for a good party afterwards, right? And the awards take a little bit of a chunk of time, so show up on time. Yeah, and if you come late, you might miss your name getting called for an award. So 5:45, be there, everyone.
9:45.
5:45.
Let me cook some food.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Get some food in us.
Here, there's some live cooking.
Oh yeah, very good. Last year we had hoppers, right?
Live
Ooh, seafood, very nice, very nice.
Wait, at 4.
At 4, he's gonna be.
No, they have the fun.
Yeah, start drinking first, right? Yeah.
All right, everyone, tomorrow we're having a guest speaker. Please come in if you're interested in doing any commercial deals. We're gonna talk about that. So definitely come in, and 11 o'clock, I think it is, the guest speaker's coming in. So come in and I'll see you guys then. Have a lovely week, everyone.